Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Today I will talk to you about a ticker symbol, TEM. This is for Tempus AI. This is a company which is AI driven in the healthcare space. I really like this ticker symbol right now for investment, and I'll show you why. So first, if you look at the daily chart, you'll notice here in TradingView, I have D for daily. It shows that we closed on a Friday, May 23rd, with a green candle, encompassing or engulfing the entire previous day, which is an inside day. Right now, we're sitting at $62.56. And I believe that this stock has the ability to reach the all-time highs of around $90. Why do I think so? First, you'll notice that it started trading on June 14th, 2024. If we take a anchored VWAP look, this is the anchored volume weighted average price, and this more or less gives you the average price where all the players are. And if we place it on the first day of trading, which is the 14th of June, you will notice that the price was hovering around it and recently breached right through it on May 7th, 2025 to the upside, and is coming back for a retest, and it looks like this is a break and retest pattern, which is very, very bullish. So I believe this stock has the ability to run to the upside because of the anchored VWAP. The other thing we can look at is this symbol here, which is the anchored volume profile. If we place it on that same first day, you will notice that this white line is under the current price, and this will act as a support line. And it's also where the majority of the players are. So if the majority of the players bought or purchased the stock at a lower price than what it's trading now, then they don't feel the pressure or the pain to sell. So it also gives it some buoyancy to allow it to move upwards. The other thing in the volume profile is you will notice that there's less and less volume as we go up in price, which means it's almost like a vacuum. So if the price was able to go up, it will get sucked up and potentially squeeze up to the top. The other thing that I like to look at, so if you click here on the indicators and you search for RSI, so Relative Strength Index, it's right here at the bottom. And if I open this up, you'll notice that for my RSI, I actually like to change the settings to 15 length and open, high, low, close. Okay, so if you do that, what you will notice is currently our RSI is above the 15 mark, which means it's positive. Typically, if it's above 70, it's overbought, and if it's under 30, is oversold. So under 30 is a good buy signal, over 70 is a good sell signal. But also, like you'll notice here, let's close this up. So if you notice here, when it crossed over the 70 mark, it actually continued to go up. So it can still continue, the price can continue to go up while the RSI is above 70. But once it starts flipping back down, that's when you would know that it's probably a good time to sell. And the same with the bottom here. You'll notice that over here, there was a positive divergence, which means that the RSI bottoms were at the same level when the price of the stock was actually at a different level. So if you notice here, for example, let me just remove the magnet. So this, I'll change the color to make it more obvious. Okay, so what you'll notice here is the price on this date, March 13th, 2025, was higher at $42 compared to this price here on April 9th, which was around $36. However, the RSI, which shows you the relative strength of the move, was actually providing you a positive divergence. This is going down, but this is not going down as much, which is an indication that likelihood that the price will start climbing back up. So now, It's not the best time to enter because the RSI is not at the 30 and we don't have this positive divergence compared to the negative trend of the price. However, it is still a positive sign because it's over the 50 mark. It's above the anchored VWAP. It's above the point of control from the volume profile. And if we overlay the SMAs, so I'm just going to show this here, and I'm going to show you the settings. So the 20 SMA is this red color. I'm going to also show the SMA number 2, which is the 50 simple moving average. I have the 5 simple moving average as yellow, and I am currently showing the 200 simple moving average as bright red. And what you will notice is that the price point currently is above the 200, it's above the 50, it's above the 20, and it's above the 5. So all the moving indicators are under our current price point, which is also a positive sign. So with all that said, I believe this is a good trade. There's one other thing to check, which is the average to true range. So if I go here again and I type ATR or average true range, so average true range, and you add it to your chart, you'll see it at the bottom. I also like to change the settings. So for my settings, I like it to be 15 and I like it to be the exponential moving average, which basically provides more weight for the most recent days. And if you look here, what this is showing us as the ATR, this is the average true range. So the average amount price points that the stock can move in a single day. And right now it's sitting at around 5.8 or 5.75, which what that means, you can even see it here. So if I hover, you can see it on this side of the screen. So 5.75. So what this means is if the price currently is at 62.59, if you take out 5.75 from that price, that will get you around the 57 mark or 56 and a half, which is around here. So you can expect the price on Monday or on Tuesday to go up or down by that amount. And so if we wanted to take a long position, we can go in here and we can take a long position. We can enter and we can put our stop loss. So more than 5.75 away. So let's say around 6 or even 6.5 just to be safe. This also coincides with the anchored VWAP. And the rule here is you would not stop out until you have a candle closure under this price point. Okay, because it can very well touch it, wick, and go back up. And if we want to have a risk reward ratio, in fact, I know that my target here is the top of the range. So I would like to stay in this trade until I reach the top of around $90, which is a good whole number. That will give you a 3.9 risk reward ratio. Now, what you can do is you can take your position and split it. So basically, to mitigate the risk, you can have this entry point for the long-term swing, but you can also have a shorter term entry with half of your position or a quarter size of your position and exit at the top of this price point, which is $71. Now, this will give you a 1.29 risk reward ratio. However, it allows you to stay in this trade longer and wait for it to reach your ultimate target price of $90. So that's basically how I would play TAM. I am planning to take a position in this stock on Tuesday, May 27th. The other thing you can do is if you don't have as much capital in your account, you can actually play this other symbol, which is TEMT. It's basically 2x leveraged for the TEM Tempest trade. And if you look at this one, it hasn't been traded for many days. It actually only started trading on May 13th, which is about 2 weeks ago. If you place the anchored VWAP, which I've already placed, you'll notice that the price stopped right under it. So if we have a bullish day on Tuesday, the likelihood that this will actually go above the anchored VWAP and stay above, which would be a very good sign. The other thing is with the average volume or sorry, the anchored volume profile, you can see that this is the point of control, which is the white line, and it's at $22. Um, and so you can also over here take a long position, which is here. And if we were to enter here with the stop loss, now let's see the ATR on this. It might not have it yet because it's only been trading for a few days. Yeah, so there's not really much to see on the ATR. But if we were to basically say we will stop out if we close under the bottom or the lowest price point, which is $20.25, and we target the top of the range, that's a 2.2 risk to reward ratio. And that would also give you a good return with a smaller entry price at $24 versus entering here at $62. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and please share this video with your friends.